Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Advanced Wars by Web replay. Spawn on the north side is the Purple Lightning Eagle, we got Mauwus. Spawn on the bottom right side is a Blue Moon Olaf, we got Cadeor. This map is a 3-base map, one airport, one seaport, probably meant for resupply since there's a million to a shore there. Sure, you can go for a battleship on top of the seaport, that's probably not advisable. And we do have an early recon out by Eagle, and an early recon by Olaf. Different bases though. And wait, Eagle looks like went for a double recon and 2 base skips. Looks like does commit base skip. So Eagle's going to be hyper aggressive. Let's see if this will pay off. A little bit too early to get out of tank unless you want to commit base skip as well for Olaf. Recon mech and infantry. He is now 9,000 income, so does Eagle. So that means they can now afford a tank every single turn if they so choose. We have double recon down south by Olaf, while Eagle's gone for double recon up north. Which he did see that infantry back off of the forest, but tanking spawn not really necessary. He got 2 prime targets in front of him to interrupt. Like that one. And that one. Oh, did take a point of damage in return. Eagle, of course, does improve his capabilities for aircraft, but his ground is completely and utterly ordinary. And same thing with Olaf as well. His ground vehicles, as well as air units and sea units, are completely and utterly ordinary. They can just weather the storm a little bit better. We got another mech here in a good position to hit the recon, though he does have vision of the mech, so he knows he can keep his distance. He is generally where there is also infantry in this forest there, so you could take time to pick that off if he so chooses. And he decides to pick off for that infantry unit as he chooses. Does take a bit more points of damage there to put it down to 9 health. It was pretty close to around 91% health. Now an early AT deploy out by Eagle, and Olaf is deploying out tanks both directions. His 2 recons here can cause some issues. He does spot this tank here, but decides to interrupt this capture. Infantry nearby. And there is a property now being flipped. He could interrupt it with the infantry unit. He does interrupt it with the infantry unit. Goes for 2 infantry units there, takes the tank, puts around that recon there, barely survives. Excuse me. Actually went down the wrong throat. Olaf did get the first strike onto this tank there, which is very nice, though this tank is in range, though can't take it from the Fury's superior fighting position. We have to take it in open plains. He could take this 5 health tank, soften up that tank a little bit. Probably not. Let's pick off the infantry there. The 2 infantry unit is going to be a basic blocker there. Puts the 5 health tank on top of the city there. Tank infantry. And number captured there. First comm tower finally captured. Usually gets captured usually a long by time. But does not. I cannot speak for now. Would have been captured a long time ago. That's usually pretty common. Gets captured early, but both players did interrupt each other's comm tower. Got both a tank and mech up here. Only recons up north by Eagle. So could go for a battle copter. Capture this comm tower this time as well, and I see nothing to interrupt it. Puts the 7 health tank inside the forest, put the 9 health tank inside the forest, and probably won't be spotted based on the positioning I see. Anti-air heading down south. Eagle has gone for 2 anti-airs. Olaf has gone for his first one. No player's gone for any battle copter just yet, just a T-copter. And we've got now the Black Bolt pushing forward some more infantry in there. Olaf has a good core of infantry over here. Eagle, in return, has a good number of tanks, anti-air over here. Artillery, battlecopter, infantry. 20,000 income versus 17,000 income. There's still a number of despicable neutral properties on the map, like this city there, and this one still got interrupted. It looks like he also managed to get great capture control, has captured both these cities here, while the only one and neutral in comparison. Finish off the unit there. Blizzard's now available. Tank infantry. T-copter moving around, does get a slight boost there. Battlecopter heading north, hits the infantry unit there. And that one as well. Recon does not finish off. He has a lot of low health for recons there, which they can still do the job and, well, recon. Tank does take out recon there. Finish off the unit there, starting to capture the 8 health infantry unit there. The lightning drive's now available. Not useful whatsoever. It increases his air combat capabilities to +20/+20, which is really not worth 3 stars. In fact, it's probably only even worth just 1 star. Yeah, if I would have a balanced Eagle, either A, give him a dual strike version of his power, or make his power cost 1 star and make sure the superpower still retains, what is this, 8 or 9 stars? It's 9 stars in total. Does pick off some outlying units there, starting to capture the city. Does take out that 1 health infantry unit there. Tank hits tank. Tank does not hit tank. Mech finishes off the infantry unit there and does hit that infantry unit. He drops the capture up here, but does sack the unit for it. Battlecopter pushing forward. Do not have a Neo tank on field. Olaf or Eagle 1 for triple tank last turn has 20,000 income, so he saves a bit of money. He can go start over Neo tanks, but at this point in time, he likely won't be able to go for one this turn. Goes for a battlecopter. Anti-air infantry. Hits that infantry twice. Hits that infantry. Infantry, recon, and battlecopter. Double recon's probably a good idea to help escort the Neo tank. Get us some good spotting. Anti-air taking time, does pick off that regular tank there. Battlecopter, artillery, recon, and infantry. Olaf's gonna pull back up north and boost a couple more infantry units forward. Recon and infantry push way forward. Neo tank will start advancing way forward as well. Artillery was in range, decides not to take it out with the artillery. 1 health recon pushes towards this forest. Neo tank advances to the forest as well, very good. Tank mech. And serve 137,000. Eagle starts at 136, so pretty even. Eagle has 22,000 stored on up. Interrupts that capture, but in range the artillery. Artillery has not been spotted. Artillery has been spotted. Hits the recon there. Hits that tank there. Doesn't. Okay, that was the Winter Fury. So Winter Fury is now available. Lightning Strike's still pretty far away. Oops. And Winter Fury is going to cause a lot of pain for Eagle. His double strike, double turn can be very nice. However, it's a really good idea to have him do that not in a blizzard due to the reduced movement. But here comes the Winter Fury. Here comes the Winter Fury. Here comes the Winter Fury. Third time's the charm, right? It's a tank there. Battlecopter gets a good strike as well. It's trying to flip the city. Finish off that infantry unit there. Finish off that infantry unit there. Does not go for the capture. Hits tank. Neo-tank hits tank. Artillery hits tank. Lightning strike's now available, but he's losing everything in the southern flank. He has a battlecraft and a pair of infantry. Eagle has lost everything down south. He does have an excellent core of tanks here, as well as good anti-air support. Does finish off that, what was that, 2 health tank there? Eagle can go with lightning strike, but it's probably a good idea to hold off until next turn. There's not many targets in front of him, which reduces the need for the lightning strike. Battlecopter's creeping the way forward, not likely to travel very far in the blizzard. Infantry, tank, and battlecopter. Olaf's turn, he has 123 starting, equal in his turn of 113, so Olaf has about a turn and a half ahead of his opponent. He also has quite a bit of extra tech advantage with the neo-tank and the medium tank. His opponent has, Eagle has a good number of battlecopters. 4 on the field. Gonna flip multiple properties down south, and looks like we'll secure them. With the anti in the region, he will have to be hyper-aggressive battlecopters, would not be aggressive whatsoever. He could sass the infantry unit on top of the mountain to get some good spotting, but it won't be perfect spotting. Hard to say what Eagle should do. There's actually argument probably to make, so hold on as a lightning strike for this turn as well. Oh, gets trapped there. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea to hold on this lightning strike. I see no real value in it this turn. Tank, battlecopter, infantry. Black boat is next to the battlecopter. Sort of capture up the column tower. Eagle is a bit far away from doing he can, or doing the same thing, because he has 2 infantry in the region, but nowhere near that said column tower. Did strike this battlecopter here. Hits the black boat. Battlecopter, infantry. Medium tank and neo tank heading up north. Does strike the battlecopter. This looks like a lightning strike turn forward to discard the battlecopters. He drops the capture there. Tank hits tank. There's a lightning strike. Goes for tank, battlecopter, infantry, though I think the infantry just hadn't moved yet. Hits infantry, hits tank. Battlecopter hits tank. Finishes off, hits squad capturing. Hits tank there. Tank hits anti-air. The anti-air is effectively knocked out. If he's able to fully take it out, that would give him a lot less pain to worry about. And there you go. Now he has completely regained the southern part of the map. The medium tank and neo tank are simply just not over there anymore. He has full control over both flanks, so it's quite massive, to say the least. Insert of 142,000, Olaf sort of 106. He's also could get the Winter Fury this turn. We can take a strike the artillery and the regular tank. Recon reconnoiter the area. Tank hits anti-air. Infantry hit anti-air. Battlecopter strike tank. Tank strikes tank. Medium tank strikes the artillery. Winter Fury is another 3,000 funds. Winter Fury is another 325 funds. Winter Fury is now 88,200 funds. I think he just waited this infantry unit there. That would definitely soften up Eagle. He has a lot of units. And that generally calls at least 20%. And serve 126, Eagle's turn of 96. He's going to be slow moving. Battlecopters going to help clean up this area. The tanks could just start trying to find other targets. Maybe start setting some ambush inside these woods. But it's definitely going to be a not eventful turn for Eagle at the moment. He is going to be losing this flank pretty soon. He has nothing stopping medium tank or nor neo tank. Battlecopters may need to start migrating towards up here. Goes for artillery, and has 4,000 funds, so probably infantry, yep. 3,000 to bank. 19,000 versus 23,000, quite significant. Eagle may have control of both flanks, but he simply does not have the capturing game to back it up. Infantry, battlecopter, and recon. Artillery, anti-air, infantry. Hits the battlecopter. Tank, battlecopter, infantry. Starting to capture some cities over here. Overall, just reorganizing everything. Nothing really much for me to cover. The funny thing as well, both players are reorganizing front lines, but they're reorganizing to a front line, which is certainly not the front. There's a lot of no man's land in the middle. So it's a weird stalemate where they're not even barely in range. They're not even in range whatsoever. Not even close. And Olaf has gone for a full bomber. I think Eagle should go for some heavier assets as well to help deal with. He knows about the Neo tank, he knows about the medium tank. He needs some hard counters to that. He has some soft counters, but not necessarily hard counters. Now the front lines are starting to merge up here. Good command of battlecopters. They're ready to sortie. We do have 7,000 funds stored on up, so maybe eyeing for some bombers or neo tanks. Thing as well, when it comes to Eagle, he doesn't necessarily need a fighter to counter a bomber. Thanks to the lightning strike, his anti-airs can move very far. And looks like Olaf has a general assault in this region, taking out a good number of units. Excuse me. Other artillery is simply not in range, so the medium tank and neo tank will probably have to be struck by battlecopters at the current rate, because there's nothing else to really contend with them. Now this side's close to a power or superpower. Does get some good picks there. Battlecopter strikes the neo tank. You can hit it again from the northern flank. Does take out the anti-air. No, does not take out the anti-air. It's the neo tank there. Does not put the artillery on top of the city there. I thought he would put it on top of the city, just get some health regen. Does strike the neo tank and the medium tank. He is not fully surrounded. Just surrounded from this side. But there's still this avenue of escape. And serve 163,000. Olaf's reserve 173, so he's about a turn and a half ahead. But Eagle's making some good progress down south. Has minimal escort though, but there's even less opposition to the minimal units. Battlecopters push right forward. Eagle does have one healthy anti-air over here, as well as a healthy, or soon-to-be healthy one up here. Does hit that tank there. Lightning strike's now available. Pops some Winter Fury, which will make it severely difficult for Eagle's Lightning Strike, but the front lines is kind of smashing each other, so the Lightning Strike should be finding enough. Bomber advanced way forward could be in range of anti-airs, really hard to tell. This anti-air looks like can make it up to 5 tiles away at the moment. With a lightning strike, he may be able to range it. He will need to push through a lot of units. But maybe a good yeah, I think a lightning strike probably would be good this turn, since the front lines are smashing each other. Hard to say how exactly it'll go. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Does take the battlecopter, 8 health anti-air. Take some outlying units there. Artillery advancing forward. Merge with the 1 health artillery. Very nice. Hits the battlecopter. It's a regular tank there. It's a regular tank up here. Finish off that unit there. And he looks like there's not a vision of this bomber yet. Which is actually very important. Artillery strikes a medium tank, anti-air strikes battlecopter, and that was the one that was likely to strike the bomber there if he had a bit more of an opening. Though he is taking out all the battlecopters at least. Taking out a lot of escort units there. Merge and all that sort, capturing infantry. Let's see, ends serve 100,000 while Olaf still has 116 left on the field. This game will continue on. Olaf's still in a pretty good position. Eagle got a good lightning strike, wasn't a perfect one. Though it feels like, let's see, this is something big though. 25 units versus 33 units, and Eagle still is making great progress of capturing up these territories along the left side. They're both at 21,000 income. The only thing that's strictly neutral at the moment is this lab in the center, which provides no income. One health tank scouts, bomber strikes, anti-air. Maybe we could use a one health tank and soften up a little bit. Guess that unit there. Various units now responding over here. Since it's just only infantry, it'll just reign supreme. 135 versus 87. Anti-airs are in range of this bomber, so that bomber was not used greatly there. Rotating some tanks down south, and as well as trying to get some anti-airs. Let's see if the battlecopter engaged battlecopter. Should go fine enough for Eagle, though his anti-air that's going to make his way down south needs a city hop. Battlecopter, tank, recon, infantry. Neo tank and medium tank both fall back. The Neo tank's actually getting low on ammo. If 4 ammo is lower than ammo, sure. Tank. Battlecopter, recon, infantry. Both players are at 21,000, though this may change relatively shortly. We saw the 2 health infantry in there. Olaf has some infantry in range to start capture these properties. One here, and this one go to right there. Olaf has a good swarm of tanks being flown in the field. Recon, anti-air, infantry. Battlecopter, infantry. Anti-air, infantry. And so, actually, not a whole lot of money he had to save up there. Wasn't paying attention, so they made the repairs on these Neo tank and medium take a lot more funding than expected. Got 1 point of damage there. Stops or interrupts the capture. Battlecopter strikes battlecopter. Does not finish it off though. Takes off some outlying units there. Loses the coin flip. Can't say how successful the coin flip would have been. Recon hits infantry. Tank, infantry. Looks like Eagle saved up some monies there, so maybe eyeing for something expensive. He'll have, I assume there's no repairs, 30,000 funds. You could be eyeing for a stealth or a mega. Neo takes things down south, but we've got a good core of battlecopters here. This 4 of battlecopter or anti-air will have a bit trouble. These 2 anti-airs need to get over here. There's just too many battlecopters for that Neo tank to handle. And pretty close to another Winter Fury is available for Olaf. Neo tank, infantry. Battlecopter strikes tank. And Eagle goes for Bomber, which is going to receive the Winter Fury. Infantry, infantry, infantry. And there's a Winter Fury. Anti-aero strike battlecopter, anti-aero strike battlecopter, anti-aero strike battlecopter. Eagle will have enough for a lightning strike next turn. One battlecopter left down south. Getting a lot of various units here. Yeah, right now I don't think it'll be a good idea for Eagle to go for lightning strike down. I think there's simply not enough assets he has left. There's a large amount of anti-airs and tanks, so he would probably need more tanks in general down south. Lightning strike is now available, but these forces won't be able to hit too many targets. Olaf right now is at 22,000, Eagle's at 20, and that thanks to Winter Fury, that property was interrupted. Blackbolt is wounded. Tank infantry. Hits that infantry unit there. Hits the infantry and battlecopter. Hits this tank there. And just clean sweep here. Maybe a good idea to go for medium tank to help engage this region. Got multiple Neo tanks outpointed by Olaf as well as a medium tank. Battlecopter, tank, recon, and infantry. Olaf ends with 170,000. Eagle only has 82. He is severely behind. About 4 turns. Making some progress in the center. Anti-air's just charging forward, hits the tank, hits the infantry, spots the bomber. He can always snare the bomber with a blizzard, cutting its movement speed by half. Anti-air infantry. Oh, gets trapped on the tank there. I'm not sure if it's loaded up with anything. That gets trapped there, and that is a 1 health battlecopter, so it's not really necessary. It's also low in fuel and ammo. Bomber does take out the medium tank. He could go for the lightning strike there. Actually, this may be a good turn for lightning strike. All these anti-airs are pushed forward, and Neo tanks are within striking distance of the bomber, and has clear line of sight to one of them. Both of them, actually. Because with these tanks and range the anti-airs, he's able to get the anti-airs out of the way. It is a pretty good replay so far. It is turn 33. Well, it'd be hype, I'm not sure. That'll be you to decide. Let's get some good hits there. Anti-air goes down, hits the recon. In the 1 health anti-air round. Infantry, infantry, and infantry. And look at that. He was about 8 turns behind, but he's really evened out. They're pretty even, though the Winter Fury is just around the corner. Just like Winter. Does hit the tank there. Recon's moving around. Hits the 1 health battlecopter. Does take out the 1 health infantry there. Hits the bomber. Winter Fury has been summoned, which will also snare this bomber here. He could move it towards the black boat and get a bit of repairs. Black boat itself is almost down. Anti-air, and recon. Maybe going a little bit too heavy in the anti-airs. Right now, Eagle has 2 bombers, which one's 2 health. Maybe merge them together, and 1 battlecopter. Does put a bombing run into the Neo tank. Takes out some of the outlying units there. Anti-air down to 1 health, so the 8 health bomber can advance safely. It's the Neo tank as well as a battlecopter. Infantry anti-air tank. This tank is down to 1 HP, 14 fuel as well. I thought the battlecopter was earlier. I just realized that I have the part of the dialogue caught off. Oh well. At least it's visible enough. T-Copter. Oh! T-Copter makes it back to the airport with 4 fuel remaining. That's a good T-Copter. I love seeing the transports low in fuel. You know you got a good use out of it if the transports are low in fuel. Tank, and infantry. Granted, Eagles and battlecopters don't burn the day-to-day fuel. Fuel bomber could finish off the Neo tank. He can merge 2 bombers in as well. You can also send one of the bombers towards the Black Hole to get a bit of repairs. Does bomber with the T-Wolf bomber. Let's see now. It's pretty even. Olaf still has a day-to-day funds advantage. I always add this with player 2. Player 1 just soon does not get that reference. Get some outlying infantry units there. Anti-Air's head to the forests. You can see Eagle's force is pretty congested in 2 certain areas, while Olaf's just completely scattered. How many anti-airs? 6 anti-airs. Yeah, definitely no fly zone. Yeah, it was worth in the end. Recon, anti-air recon. Right now, Olaf is pretty susceptible to regular tanks at the moment. He has 6 tanks, 6 anti-airs. Eagle in return has 6 tanks, 3 anti-airs. Hits that anti-air very nicely. Hits these tanks as well. There's 2 anti-airs in front of him, but he can only really effectively knock out one, though the bomber could have bombed one of them itself. Wouldn't be perfect. In fact, that may be one of the few cases where a lightning drive could actually be warranted. Because in this extreme, getting to a very late game, Lightning Strike's getting very more expensive, which means Lightning Drive is a bit more on the table. After all, Lightning Drive is still not great. It increases the attack from 15% to 20%, so plus 5% firepower on this aircraft, which is not great. Along with plus 10 fraction of the power of superpower. This is maybe the best case scenario for a Lightning Drive. And the scenario is not great. Though I suppose actually more tanks in reserve hit both the anti-airs, hits one of them. Does hit the other anti-air of the bomber itself. Tank infantry. 2 Elf bomber moving over here. Maybe we're going to try to merge in this bomber here. Give it extra fuel and ammo, as well as extra health. All of them limited supplies, honestly. Yeah, if a lightning drive is, it's a power that probably should only cost 1 star. In its current state, that's not like the dual strike lightning drive. It's effectively a 1-star power. Because it's 3 stars. It shouldn't cost 3 stars. It increases the air capabilities to plus 20 from plus 15 plus 10. Yeah, that's not a lot. Plus 10% defense on aircraft. Woo! It still doesn't match Wayland. Does hit that tank twice. Bomber, infantry, and commit space skip. Still pretty even, both of them. Battlecopter, tank, infantry. 147 ending, 123 starting, so Eagle's about a turn behind. Yeah, it's probably about time to merge those bombers together. Makes some good progress down south. Does hit the anti-air. Recon hits infantry. Infantry hits infantry. Infantry hits anti-air. I thought the anti-air would strike the anti-air with a mech nearby. It's probably not a good idea. Bomber heading down south of the winter. And does merge the bombers together. So now it's up to 75 health. Or not 75 health, 75 fuel. Infantry, tank, infantry, and battlecopter. So again, the infantry in there, tank on tank. Tank will finish off tank. Other tank will not advance forward. Both of these bombers heading this region. 9 in full health bomber. A lightning strike will make them very effective versus the anti-airs. There's also a good number of battlecopters in the field. Times you wish that there was dusters in this game. Oh, we got a full fighter deployed by Olaf. That's probably a good idea with 2 bombers in the field. Granted, he only sees the 1 at the moment. Income right now is also 23,000 versus 19. And Olaf does still have both comm towers captured. I forgot to mention that. Nothing to stop Eagle from recapturing these territories, these properties. Looks like Olaf's migrating up north. Looks like going to be one big conflict over here. Lightning strike will, of course, be very nice, but there's a lot of targets here for a lightning strike. Eagle may want to put a bit more effort to capture this comm tower. So definitely will help out with lightning strike. Anti-air double infantry saves 7,000 funds. Olaf has still 26,000 good go for another bomber and neo tank. Interrupts the capture severely. Takes out that infantry unit there, hits that 1 unit. And everything over here is rotating over here, and that'll be great for Eagle's lightning strike. Tank battlecopter. Hits the anti-air down south, hits the mech twice. And we still got this recon here providing some excellent vision. Neo-tank infantry commits space skip. Finish off the 1 health infantry unit with 2 health mech. And we've got some of these units put forward. A lightning strike can easily be gotten next turn, but don't know if it's going to be enough targets. Oh, Olaf, is he going for the Winter Fury? Nope. Maybe he had a miscalculation. Hard to say. I don't think this would be a good turn for a lightning strike. There's not enough targets within range, and he needs more scouts. He may need to get to deploy some more recons in this area just for spotting. Winter Fury will be summoned next turn, but looks he's charged forward. Looks like he's going to close the gap before the Winter Fury settles in. And him having reduced movement speed, he's going to use it to cross no man's land. Still lacking proper scouting, so the 3 health tank should probably just charge it first and get trapped. Hits the anti-air first, which is probably a good idea. Hits the stuff that's visible. Bomber strikes tank there. Neo-tank strikes regular tank there. Good planning there. Leaves units behind to let the reinforcements take them out. The rear guard. Hits the battlecopter there. Making great progress. It hits the tank there. Tank hits our anti-air. Tank hits anti-air. Tank hits anti-air. Battlecopter hits battlecopter. Battlecopter hits battlecopter. Anti-air takes out the recon with a tank. Gets us some units there, and there interrupts the capture, hits the mech, hits the infantry, joins there, but not join capture. Infantry. Managed to get up to and serve 195 versus 113, but with Winter Fury, calls him down to 154 of the day-to-day funds. He's still slightly behind, and it's his turn, and the front lines are collapsing each other. That was definitely a good comeback. Great call for lightning strike that closed no man's land. It was definitely a gamble, and I think so with the superpower, he didn't want to take another superpower like that, so he decided to get the gamble and was successful. Takes out bomber there. Battlecopter hits battlecopter. Battlecopter hits battlecopter. Infantry hits battlecopter. Neo-tank infantry. And Olaf on serve 134. Eagle starts serve 98, which is still pretty good. 27 versus 26 units. Though he is behind, and of course a lot of funds was used on repairs, so let's see what he does. Resupplies, joins, captures, 3-turn capture. He here hits the fighter. Pulls back his tanks, bomber, down to 1 health. Joins some tanks together, and just overall just pulls back. Captures this city of somehow. Oh, he managed to flip that city. 18,000 versus 25, so it's probably actually 17 versus 25. There's a tank there. Tank. 150 versus 95. Eagle's pretty far behind. Meteor takes up the battlecopter, gets trapped there, and decides to resign. This Angrade saying, "Thank you for watching, and on to the next replay."